I've analyzed more than 300 menus and personally optimized 30 of them, driving an average increase between 20 and 60%. In one case, it was possible to add 18,000 euros in monthly margins. That was a very specific case, so I wouldn't expect that result as granted, although if your revenue is north to 1 million a year, it's definitely possible. Let's make it happen. But before we start, my name is Kira. With over 20 years in the hospitality industry, I've owned my own venue and directly managed half a dozen bars and restaurants with revenues ranging from 350,000 a year to 1.45 million euros. In this presentation, I'll break down these powerful strategies for you. By the end, you will have a clear, actionable roadmap to transform your menu into a truly profit-generating machine. Menu engineering, the ultimate weapon for revenue growth, a data-driven approach to maximizing profits quickly without spending money on advertisement or marketing. More on that later. Radically changing your existing menu or processes or running expensive training for your staff. I'm going to show you the exact system I actually use to create a menu with every customer I work with, so you can implement it on your own and see that it works. So, why you're here today? The challenge is your actual menu can't keep up with the rising costs, being it food, rent, labor, and your customers won't handle another price increase, so you simply watch your margins shrink by a lot without a clear idea of what to do about it. The solution is strategic menu engineering that guides customers to your most profitable items, increasing spend per visit immediately. The outcome, plus 20 to 60% increase. So, significantly increased revenue per customer. The moment you implement the menu, you will see immediate results. Sounds good? Great, because it is. So, the revenue formula. Your business revenue depends on just these three factors. Total number of customers, multiplied their average spend, the amount of money they spend per visit, multiplied their visit frequency, how often customers return to your venue. In this presentation, we're going to be focusing on the second factor, so average spend per visit, while setting the foundation for improving the third. What's wrong with the first one? The marketing myth. What most agencies will tell you, just get more customers through the door with our campaigns. The uncomfortable truth is that acquiring new customers is the most expensive and least efficient way to increase revenue. Let's see what happens. So, the real cost of customer acquisition. A monthly agency fee will start at 750 euros a month. That's for light social media management, SEO optimization, and paid ads management. An average monthly ad spend starts around 500 euros, but I've seen it go all the way up to 3K a month easily. According to the latest European Union data, the cost to acquire a new customer through advertisement in our industry is somewhere in the middle between 30 and 100 euros. And this amount doesn't take into consideration monthly retainers and ad spend. The worst part, many restaurants will see little to no results on that significant investment. Why? I'm glad you asked. While marketing can bring people inside your venue, without a menu specifically designed to increase customer spend and systems in place that encourage repeated visits, you are forced to cover expensive costs to acquire a customer from the margins of that single transaction, which is literally impossible for 95% of venues. Good news is that without acquiring new customer, we can still double the revenue by either doubling the number of visits of our existing customers or doubling the amount spent per visit. Why can't we do both? Realistically, we won't be able to achieve 4x, obviously. But by working on both parameters, in some cases, it was possible to double the revenue without cost increases. more often than not, the opposite happens, with average results around 60% by working on both frequency and amount spent. In this presentation, we'll dive deep into optimizing the amount spent per visit so you can see tangible results in your venue on your own. When it comes to the frequency aspect, we'll work on that a little bit further down the road. Menu engineering, your 24/7 silent salesperson. Your menu works tirelessly, influencing every single customer transaction without requiring monthly retainers, commission fees, salaries or benefits, days off or holidays, training or retraining costs. Once optimized, your menu becomes your most cost-effective and consistent revenue-generating asset. But before everything else, if you haven't raised your prices in the last 6 months, I highly advise you to add 6 to 8% across the whole menu, because nobody will notice it. It's going to be the only direct way we're working on prices. It's not a lot, but if you make 50K a month, it's going to easily add 3 to 4K a month or 36 to 48K a year without essentially doing anything. Sounds good, right? So, the science behind menu engineering. What are we going to do here? First of all, we're going to analyze the data at your disposal. So, we're going to find our best performing items in terms of units sold, calculate their cost, and we're going to find the ones with highest margins. The second step is we will expand what works and gradually eliminate everything else. We're going to create a bigger, better, premium, deluxe versions of what works. More customers will shift towards this new premium, beautiful, bigger products while we cut underperforming items from the bottom. Step number 3, aggressive pricing. These new premium versions are going to be priced accordingly, and our customers will be happy to pay more. I will explain why later. And last but not least, visuals and hierarchy. Designing visual cues that will drive customers' eye to our most profitable items. We'll talk about that later. So, analyzing your menu data. The first crucial step in effective menu engineering is to precisely understand what you are selling and its true cost. This involves diving deep into your sales data to identify best performing items in terms of units sold, accurately calculating their raw ingredients cost, and cross-referencing with their selling prices. By doing that, you can pinpoint your most profitable dishes and those that are merely popular but yield low margins. This data-driven approach is the foundation for all the subsequent strategic decisions. So, this is the matrix. We have in the upper part, we have the stars, first of all, so items that are both popular and profitable. We're going to work a lot on these items. The next one we're interested in are puzzles, items with excellent margins that relatively few customers order. First of all, we need higher margins because for every item sold, we want to earn as much as possible. The third group are the plow horses. These are the items that are very popular but are low margins for us, and we can also work on that. And the fourth category are dogs. Ideally, we want to cut them. There is a reason nobody wants them, nobody buys them, and they are not profitable. They just take precious space on our menu, space we could dedicate to more profitable items. So, expand what works. Let's refine our offerings. Once we've identified our star dishes, those that are both popular and highly profitable, we're going to double down on success. We're going to create bigger, better, premium, deluxe versions of these items that already perform. Let's take pizza, for example. Everybody loves pizza. Let's suppose you sell a regular margarita for 12 euros. So we have two options. We can actually try them both and see which one gets more traction and eliminate the other one. If the regular margarita is 12 euros, you can sell a premium version for 18, maybe with homegrown tomatoes and handmade sauce, the best Italian mozzarella you can find. We can add a little bit of storytelling that you are using the original recipe your grandma gave you 30 years ago, and so on. At the same time, we can create a bigger version of regular margarita for 20 euros, for example. It's going to be almost double the size, but not necessarily. It should be visually bigger, so when it's going out of the oven or between the tables, people should look at that and see the difference. Simultaneously, we're going to gradually cut out our low margin items. So cut the dogs, eliminate underperformance. Just as we expand our star dishes, we should start identifying and ruthlessly eliminating our underperformers, often referred to as dogs. These items are not requested anyway and represent a significant drain. Every ingredient, every preparation step, and every menu slot dedicated to a dog is a resource you are not using for your top performers. Statistically, from what I see, 80% of the customers who were buying dogs before will gravitate naturally towards new items, more than compensating for razor-thin margins the dog left us with. A star performs 3 times better than a dog in terms of margins. So, aggressive pricing, justifying premium value. Once you've crafted superior premium versions of your best-selling items, you've earned the right to price them accordingly. If you sell a lot of pizza, for example, at least 30% of your customers will be happy to try a premium, bigger version of your best sellers. You can price it 50 to 70% more than the original price, but the cost to produce it is going to increase only by 10 to 20%. This is the sweet spot. Make sure the gap between the extra we're putting in terms of price to the customer and extra food cost we're going to add to build that premium or bigger version. The gap between those two numbers is at least of 30%. Okay. Otherwise, I've seen it so many times. So many people just add 2 euros on the menu, but 2.50 euros more in terms of cost, so it's not going to work. I mean, that's not the premium version we want to sell. Your customers will be happy to pay you a premium price because you are not touching the original item. This is a whole new thing. Like, it's not margarita anymore, it's a big margarita, it's a premium margarita. You just give them the choice. Like, if you want, you can still have your margarita for 12 euros, it's not a problem, but if you want to try something special, just for this week, we've created this promotion, prepared this new pizza. We made this bigger dimension pizza. The same goes for drinks, coffees, whatever you want. And when you give people a choice on an item they are already buying, only one thing can happen, like a percentage of your customers will want to try that new thing. If you sell a lot of margarita, there is no reason a percentage of those customers, around 30%, depends on the offer and everything else, but what I see usually is 30% of customers go to the premium versions. In some cases, after a while, it was possible to cut the basic version because a bigger percentage of customers went to the premium one, so nobody was getting the basic anymore. Make it premium, make it look good, make it taste good, and transform your customers' experience. Last but not least, visuals and hierarchy. Finally, the art of visuals and hierarchy. This involves strategically designing your menu to direct customers' attention towards your most profitable offerings. Our eye immediately drops to pictures because a good picture at a glance gives you more information than pages of text. So make professional photos of your new high-margin items and put them on top of everything else. Ideally, you want to have a 2-pager, with the first page being our premium deluxe new versions with beautiful and professionally made photos, while everything else goes on the back side. So, the compounding effect. The beauty of menu engineering is that it creates a positive feedback loop. An optimized menu strategically guides customers towards higher margin items, which increases average spend per customer as a natural consequence. Better selections lead to more satisfying visits. Our guests are going to be more satisfied because we actually took what worked for them and we expanded it. We made it even better. We lay the foundation for higher return frequency. Satisfied customers, believe me or not, return more often to your venue. Real world impact, let's do the maths. I know you all hate maths, but I'll do that for you. 30 euros current average spend per visit. Regular restaurant, nothing special. After menu engineering and staying on more conservative side in the lower part of the range, I talked about, so 20% increase average spend, we're going to 36. So 6 euros per customer is an additional revenue, which is going to be primarily margins. Okay, I'm not going to touch on that extensively in this video, but if you follow me on my YouTube channel, I'm going to definitely explain this concept. Because yes, we're going to have higher costs of goods associated, but at the same time we're going to be cutting underperforming items, so a compressive food cost percentage is going to be lower, and as a consequence the margins percentage is going to be higher. Sounds complicated, it's easier than it is. I'm going to explain it better on my YouTube channel, promised. So for a venue serving 1,000 customers monthly, we're talking about 30 customers a day. That's an additional 6K in monthly revenue and 72K a year you might be currently missing on by not taking action. Ready to transform your menu into a revenue machine? You now have a clear roadmap on achieving significant revenue growth through strategic menu engineering. By implementing this step-by-step guide, you can perfectly optimize your offerings on your own. However, if you prefer a done-for-you approach where I take care of all the intricacies, let's schedule a call. During this free, no-pressure 30-minute call, we'll dive deeper into your specific situation and we'll tailor a solution for your specific needs. Due to a highly personalized nature of this job, I can only handle 5 new customers a month. Thank you. Thank you for following through the whole presentation. My goal is to help as many businesses with a menu as I possibly can, drive their revenue through the roof, while at the same time creating better experiences for the customers. You can download the full presentation PDF by clicking on the button down below. I'll put it somewhere there, and if you want to stay in touch, just sub to my YouTube channel at Venue Vibe Studio. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them at info@venuevibestudio.com. Thanks again. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.